Yes, it's true. I have been a matchmaker for over 2 decades, 23 years to be exact. And I was thinking the other day, how have things changed over the years? Because it's so fun to think about all of the successes that I've had, all of the people that I've met. And I will say that one of the big changes that I notice now are people kind of getting tired. It's a bit of a swiping fatigue, I would say. And it gets a little bit addictive, that swiping, okay, well, if this one didn't work out, or there's a red flag to be seen or that shows up, okay, we'll just go on to the next. And it's sort of a throwaway culture. It's sort of a, well, there's 100 more where that person came from. It seems like a never-ending supply of people. And I will say that this has caused singles to be exhausted, not having good results, wanting to throw in the towel, working with a matchmaker in a different manner, because a lot of my men, even the women, they will treat their matchmaking introductions more like an online interaction, where it's just, maybe they'll call you back, maybe they won't, maybe they'll get back to you a week later, maybe they'll just want to grab a coffee, which I hate that phrase, when somebody will say, ladies, if a guy says, hey, why don't we just grab a cup of coffee, that it's like grab and go. I don't know, I can't stand it. It's too casual. It doesn't, where are the old-fashioned values, that class, that elegance? What happened to it? You might want to go and watch some old movies from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and kind of get that vibe going in your energy field. You're here for a little bit of juiciness, right? Okay, so I made an introduction, and the men that I work with, they are quite affluent, and they will often do a national search. So I'll match them with ladies in other states or cities, and they'll do video chats, and if they hit it off, one of them might fly to the other, because they're really serious about finding a long-term relationship. Okay, I try to keep them in their area, but sometimes there's a great gal who will relocate, and so I will make that connection. And so there was a gal on the East Coast, and the gentleman was in the South. And so I made that match. They got on the phone. They were having a nice conversation. Now, she liked an elegant lifestyle. She was looking for a wealthier man. Okay, nothing wrong with that, that's her lifestyle. And as they were talking, she told him, and he was very, very wealthy man, great lifestyle, also a Southern gentleman, just fantastic. She would be lucky to meet this man, in my opinion. And so they were talking, and she mentioned that she's got to do a load of laundry tonight. And he says, oh, so do I. Thanks for saying that, because I've got to throw a load of laundry in the washer tonight as well. All right, so when I got feedback about the conversation, she decided that she didn't want to see him, because she says, oh, I can't believe this. I mean, he's successful. He doesn't have a maid. He's doing his own laundry. He's going to put a load of laundry in. And I was blown away. I was thinking, well, girl, you're doing your laundry, And so I actually talked to him out. She got really mad at me for bringing it up to him, but I wanted to discuss it. And so I told him her feedback, and he was like, look, yeah, I do have a maid that comes every other week. I live alone. I travel a lot. I don't need a maid daily. He says, if I need to throw a batch of laundry in, I'm going to throw it in, So sometimes the expectations of women, now I'm talking about women on this, I will do other videos on the men, but sometimes the expectations of women are getting really out of hand. Many times I'll hear a woman say, well, I think I'm going to change my mind about talking to this gentleman because he owns a condominium instead of a house. And so she'll assume, well, he's not successful. Why does he have a condo and not a house? So if you're a woman listening to this and that's your mindset, a lot of men, as they get a little bit older, maybe they've had a divorce, they like to travel, have had success in their career, They don't want a huge house to have to manage and staff and gardeners and repairs and all of this. It's just nice to have a beautiful upscale condo that they can close the door, lock the key, and fly off to Europe or do whatever they've got to do. They don't want all of that. You know, some people now, I feel the same. It's like just kind of slim down, pare down in life, make things simple and have experiences instead of things weighing you down. But there's still women who are like, what kind of car does he have? How big is his house? How many houses does he have? Is he doing his own laundry? Listen, time is flying and there aren't that many choices as you get older as well, because there are people who are married or there's all these factors to consider. You've got to consider location. Does somebody want kids, don't want kids, religion, politics now. You know, there's a lot of things to consider. So give somebody a chance. What do you want in your life? Think about, I would encourage you to get out a journal and sit, light a candle, take a few deep breaths, and co-create with your spirit guides, angels, higher self, your heart and soul. What is important to you in life? What if you're with somebody and they get in an accident, they lose an arm or a leg, or they lose their money? Are you going to stick with that person, or are you there for the paycheck? Are you there for the goodies? Something to think about. All right. Sending you much love, and I'd love to hear your experiences. What are your thoughts on dating nowadays? Have things changed? And until next time.